guys, welcome back to another whatsold video. We want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that, let's get started. So first here we have the Sterno Handy Fuel Methanol canisters. This we actually got it at the Goodwill bins. It came in a pack of 18 and we just decided to separate them and sell them in packs of 6. And so this is kind of like for catering. You can also use it for camping. It's kind of just to keep your food warm. And we actually saw that they were new and we just decided to take a look and see if they sell for good money. And I mean, it's worth it. We probably paid like $4 at the Goodwill bins, and then we already sold 2 of the packs of 6 and we only have 1 left. So that's a pretty good return on our investment there. All right, next up is this vintage sound design AM FM radio. This one, we actually got it a long time ago at a flea market. We only paid 50 cents and we thought it was pretty cool, so we just decided to pick it up. But we had no idea what the sell-through rate looked like or anything like that. And so it just sold like a year after. But yeah, we only paid 50 cents and at least it sold for $39.95, which was our full asking price. So we're pretty happy about that at least. I'm curious to know, what is the oldest item that you have in your store? And if you have sold it, how long did it take to sell? We're definitely not going to be picking up these radios again. Alright guys, so next up is this very cute praying mantis. This little guy, I got it at a thrift store and it was only $1. I remember when I saw it, it just looked really cute, and it actually has little wheels, and so when you spin it, it kind of makes the whole thing like mechanically work, and so it looks like it's alive. It's so cute. And I looked it up because I was like, well, maybe this is something. It was wooden and it just looked really cute and handmade. And yeah, it was selling for around $30. And there wasn't like an exact same one that I found. It's something similar. And it actually didn't take that long to sell. I think we had it like for a couple of months. We did sell it on an offer for $20. Since we only spent $1, we just didn't want to keep holding it. So we just sold it, but pretty cute. Josh is actually resizing here the box, and he actually does this a lot. Depending on the item, sometimes we need to resize it, and they do actually sell a tool to resize boxes. We just haven't bought it, and so he just uses this box cutter for now, and he does a really good job actually. So they look really good. And so he usually does pack like the hard items, unless it's like something like that it can break or something more expensive. Then I like to take my time and do it. And so I usually take over when that's the case, especially if like it's something expensive and they pay a decent amount for shipping too. And of course we don't want any returns or anything like that due to a broken item. This we actually saw it from other resellers that do this to the boxes. But this is a really cool hack, just whenever you don't have like the exact same box. We do this very, very often. right, next up is this Spurs basketball long sleeve shirt. This one we've had it for a long time. I think this one we probably had it from the beginning. Literally, it's like our old pictures right there. And we just decided to let it go for $11.95. Actually, no, we sold it for $9 on an offer. We just wanted to get rid of it. It was a bad buy at the moment. I guess like the team was doing good, and so that's why Josh picked it up. But then like it took forever to sell, and so we're just happy that it's going to a good home where it's gonna be loved. All right, this next one is this Polo LL Bean. This one we've also had it for a long time. This was actually a very basic polo. At the time, we didn't realize like the certain brands, when you would just buy them very basic, they didn't really have a good sell-through rate. We would just look at the brand and we'd be like, oh, this is a brand that sells, but we didn't really look at the styles that much. So, but we're happy that it sold, and it finally sold for $13 in Poshmark. So that was an offer as well from a buyer. So we're happy about that too as well. It actually seems like it's working, that we are trying to lower our old items and kind of take more offers on the old items as well to kind of get them to move faster. And we also delisted and relisted a lot of the old items, kind of made our descriptions better, our titles, and in some cases we even retook our pictures. All right, next up is this Sanella pants. This one's they're women's pants, and they are actually 100% wool. This is a recent find that we got. So this is actually, it's in one of our previous videos. We just got it, and it sold already. So it didn't even take a month to sell. This, I noticed that since Quiet Luxury and Old Money is in right now, I think that's kind of like what made this pant sell. Just because it's 100% wool, usually those buyers are looking for things that are natural, like wool, cashmere, silk, things like that. And this ones, they were made in Italy, so I think that's another good attribute to it. So this brand, definitely, if you ever find it, I would pick it up, because it seems like it has a good sell-through rate, especially if it's like a wool or wool blend, I guess. Next up, we have this FootJoy. This one, we got it at the Goodwill bins, and we haven't had it for that long. It sold for $28 at an offer in Mercari, and it probably costed us like $2 at the Goodwill bins. This one didn't even take a month either to sell, so this was a fast seller. And I believe that this is actually in one of our previous haul videos as well. This one wasn't like too simple, but it was kind of simple, I guess, but it still sold, so we're pretty happy about that as well. I think Mercari is actually starting to pick up again. Next up is this Kenzo sweater, pullover sweater. This one's a really cool one. I've never heard about Kenzo before. I remember when I found this, I thought it was kind of cool, like the lion that's on the front, and so I looked it up, and there wasn't a lot of comps. The couple comps that there were, they weren't selling for that much. Like, well, it was selling for like $50, but I was kind of expecting more, because when I just did like a quick Google search, I found some that were like over $100. But then I noticed that like there was no black ones, and I was like, well, maybe I can stand out more because mine is the only black one. And so when I looked at the listed, there was some listed for like $50 to $70, and so I decided to take a shot, and like I listed it for $90. And this one did took like around 5 months to sell, something like that. We got this at a thrift store. It probably cost us like $5 because I remember it was on sale. And this one just sold to a watcher and sold for $90 on Poshmark. So this brand, I don't really know a lot about like the background of who's the designer or anything like that, but it does seem like it has a high value. All right, so next is this TSR pullover sweater. This is a vintage TSR USA men's pullover sweater. So this one has a geometric shape, and so I think that's kind of desirable right now. The look of it is kind of like a dad sweater. And this one, I don't remember if it had wool. It doesn't say in the description, so probably not. But it did sell on Poshmark for $27. That was her full asking price. And this one, we probably had it for like a couple months, and we did get it at a thrift store. It probably costed us like $5 as well. We usually try to not go over $5, and most of the time we try to buy like the sale of the thrift store, whatever sale colors they have. We try to look for those items in specific. Next, we have this really cute vest. This one we actually got it at a yard sale. This lady was just selling a bunch of vintage clothing, and she actually had like the whole bag for like $5 or something like that. And I remember I had like, my hands were just full of clothing, and I probably filled in like 2 bags, and she still charged me $5 for like the whole 2 bags. And I tried to grab like as many quality things I could find. This one did have a couple imperfections, like the zipper, the silver part of it was coming off, but I did note it in the description. But it's actually leather, and I tried to put as many keywords as I could, and it didn't take that long to sell. I mean, it did took like a couple months to sell, but it was pretty decent, taking in consideration that it's not like a really good brand, but it was good. Next up is this Robert Barocket. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But this is a pullover sweater. This one, we just got it not that long ago as well. And it did sell for a full asking price on Poshmark for $36. And this one, we've never picked up this brand before. This was a new brand to us, but it did seem to have a decent sell-through rate, so we picked it up. But as you can see on the style, we are starting to add this to our listings, where we put like style, and then we put a bunch of keywords: preppy, quiet luxury, casual, comfortable, functional, minimalist. And so we start putting all that because we feel like a lot of people, when they're looking for sweaters like this, they're actually putting keywords like that to find kind of like they might not even know the brand they want to buy exactly, but they want something that looks a certain way. And so it's helping overall with the keywords. And we probably paid like $5 for that, $5 to $7. All right, next we have this really cute and cozy cardigan. This one is by Per Una. This brand is also a new brand to us. This is so soft. I initially bought it for me, but I decided to sell it because I saw that it sold for good money. This one, I believe that it sold on an offer And actually no, it says $44.95, so we actually did sell it for full asking price. We might have lowered it a little bit just because we've had it for a couple months, but this is so nice. So I'm glad it sold though. Kind of gives me hope that I'm making better choices when I'm purchasing items. But this one, let me just take a look here. It was mint green, and so I did put some keywords like boho, quiet luxury, and it was a wool blend, so that was very important, and that was kind of the reasons why I picked it up too, because it was a wool blend. And this one, I guess, would also qualify under all money as well, since that is an aesthetic that is in right now. And so we probably paid, I think I paid like $7 for this one. All right, guys, so this next couple items, these are items that we sold as well. We sold it on Thursday and Friday, but we sent it out on Friday. And so this is a tie bow. This is one of the items that we had in our previous video. This one sold right away. I did took an offer on it for $22.50 on Mercari. And then that Hobbit trilogy also sold for $10.49. That was also another offer that I took. This one, we have had it for a long time. We probably paid like a couple dollars at a yard sale. And then the tie bow, we did get that at a thrift store. And this next items, they sold on eBay. This is a utility tech LED recess light. We have a lot of luck with lights, and so some of them sell pretty quickly. They have a good sell-through rate, so I wouldn't pass them. If you find them, just take a moment to look them up. Especially, of course, they have to be new, because as you can see, this one sold for $25. If it wasn't new, probably would sell for very little. So if they are new in the box, you can at least get $25 for most of them, but still look them up, because depending on the brand, of course, like anything else, you can sell them for more money. And then also this vintage Ideal One Ball. This is like a bowling ball bag. We've had this for a long time. We got it I believe that we got this at the Goodwill bins. We actually had like 3 or 4 of these bags, different styles, and they all sold. I think this is like the last one that we had. It did sell for $29.95. And this one, being that we got it at the Goodwill bins, we probably paid a couple bucks because it is a little bit heavy. And coming back to the utility light, that we probably got that at a thrift store, and we probably didn't pay more than like $4. And then also this travel pillow. This one, we probably got it at the hot bins. So this is just like the bin store that depending on the day, they have different prices, and we probably paid like $4. This one sold for $29.95. We still have another one, so this list is still active. This one, I don't think it had a good sell-through rate because we had this forever. So I wouldn't recommend getting that brand specifically. But I do know that certain brands, especially if it's for camping, they do sell. Of course, kind of like REI and things like that are just camping brands. And then we also sold these Looney Tunes socks. This one I had got it for myself, but then I decided to sell them. We paid $1 at the thrift store. They sold for $14.95 on eBay as well. And then we also sold this Aeropostale women's denim dress. We've had a lot of luck with this style of dress, regardless of the brand. We even sold one that didn't even have a brand. I believe that this is kind of in right now. So denim dresses they're selling for us right now. It sold for $19.95, which was our full asking price. And this one we got it. Where did we get this one? I think we got it at the Goodwill bins as well. So probably cost it a couple bucks. And then this Logitech Slim keyboard. This is actually a recent find. This was one of the items too that we showed on our previous haul video. This one sold for a full asking price of $49.95. This one has a really high sell-through rate. So if you guys ever come across this, look it up because most likely it's good. All right, guys, and that is it for today's video. We want to thank you so much for watching till the end. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps the algorithm. It keeps us motivated to keep making content like this. Thank you, and see you until next time.